Welcome back to Strictly Casual. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis, and as always, I am joined by New York's silliest, James Walmer, and Hollywood's Mr. Hollywood, Ryder Maldonado.
We got the I should look up the name of this goddamn hurricane. But we got a hurricane coming in. Aaron. It's Aaron.
Hurricane Aaron. And he's wearing a hoodie too, which for me and Vince
shows you that we're in hurricane weather.
Hurricane weather. Me and Vince over here dying in this heat wave.
I've only had like 12 violent thoughts towards James during this for wearing a hoodie. So, it's fine. Because Ryder and I are in the middle of a heat wave in LA right now where it's 101, 102, and it's just completely disgusting.
I'm through a full 6-pack of water. It's just going on me.
Six-pack.
Yeah.
Six-pack of water.
Yeah.
Whereas over here it's like 70 and rainy all day.
I would kill for that right now, yeah. Oh my gosh. Even to open a window.
I'm not going to lie. It was like 80s, 90s earlier, like last week, 2 weeks ago. And I don't miss it. I don't miss it one bit, you bastards.
I went to the grocery store and the grocery bagger was like, it's really been a mild summer. How awesome has that been? I was like, mild summer? It's been hot, dude. Like, that's crazy.
What did the grocery bagger say?
No, he said
when you refuted his point.
No, I was like, haha. Yeah. I gave him one of those. I wasn't about to start anything. It's also this specific grocery bagger that I don't like. Like, I don't like this guy because he makes comments about, like, I buy bananas. And he's like, if you peel it from the bottom, blah, 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 you don't get all the weird stringy things if you peel banana from the bottom. Or, like...
He's right, though.
I know, but it's everything I buy. Yeah. He has a fun fact about it.
And it's got some shit to say.
Fun fact every time. I'm just over it, but whatever.
I have kind of the Office funny guy was like, oh man, it's actually not that bad. People think they're hot out. I'm putting my sweater on. I'm like, shut your mouth. You watch this heat come. And the next week, he's like, got it. It's hot, isn't it? And I'm like, no, you have no right to say that.
Guys, Strictly Casual has always kept games in its core topic. But with this new podcast structure, it's been a lot easier to talk about movies because with our different schedules, we can watch a movie, convene, and talk about that movie. But in an attempt to keep games as a pillar of this podcast, we've devised a plan. In today's episode, we are going to try this out and see how it goes. And it's a what we've been playing episode. Again, it's hard to sync up times and play games together. So we're all playing very different things at very different points and scopes, I would say, of games.
Yeah. So, well, hold on. Let's be real. Let's peel back the curtain a little bit. Okay. Why are we doing this episode on what we're playing today, Vincent?
Well, there might have been one game that has been out the last 2 weekends.
That's not the reason why. That's not the reason why.
I think he's trying to get at the regularly scheduled. The regularly scheduled episode for this week was originally planned to be Heat, Michael Mann's Heat. Is that what you're talking about? I don't. And then we just.
I couldn't watch Heat before that.
That's fine.
Before the recording date.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it either.
I did bring up at our last meeting that I wanted to do this though. I just felt strongly.
It's true.
About
This was a piece of planned content for all the viewers. This is not random. Like, oh shit, we got to pull something together. Let's just talk about what we're playing.
Yeah, for any of the gamers out there, we're always kind of inching to each other. Hey, what about games? Hey, what about games? Should we talk about games?
Inching to each other. That's good.
And in between,
inching. I don't know. We're like
in between shows, we've been talking about what we've been playing, but. Like Vincent was saying, there is a particular game that we were playing that made us really want to talk about this together. But before we reveal this game, we need to do some housekeeping. First of all, if you haven't already, check out our previous episode for a spoiler-filled discussion on Fantastic Four First Steps with a special guest and Fantastic Four expert, Avery Kilgore. He was great.
Super fun.
Really matched our energy.
That was fun.
Very charismatic. Knew a ton about the comics, about Marvel and Fantastic Four specifically. And we loved having him on. If he's listening to this, we love you, Avery. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks, dude.
Second, do you like movies, games, and other entertainment? Perfect. You're in the right place. Join our Discord with the link in the description. We'll be running a little Discord exclusive giveaway toward the end of August. So make sure you're in there if you don't want to miss out.
Ryder looks surprised. I did get a...
That's pretty cool, yeah. I know what you're
I got a key for a game that we will be giving away. I can't disclose what game yet, but it is an indie game that has some some oomph behind it.
Yeah,
And you've
yeah.
probably played or heard of their other games, which is pretty cool. So you should hop in because I'm excited to play said game. And you're probably going to be stoked to be
Yeah.
playing this game too. So hop in our Discord and you might get a free Steam code for it. We'll do that giveaway a little later in August.
I was all
Which I'm
like,
very
wait,
excited
giveaway? What giveaway? No. Yeah. Anyways.
So, with that being said, let's talk about Battlefield 6 beta.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, how does it? Yeah, it's the
Very
theme, right?
nice.
Yeah.
You nailed
No,
it.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Let's just start with James. What did
Okay.
you think of the Battlefield beta? About maybe, did you have hesitations going into it? Did you even want to play it until it kind of blew up big time?
Yeah, so I think if I hadn't heard media previews about the Battlefield 6 beta and hands-ons from the journalists and the press people before the open beta started, I would have probably not even bothered to play this beta. I think Battlefield, to me, before this, was just kind of a dead franchise, very much in the same, I know it's hard to take in
2042,
but for
so-
me it would join the grave right next to Call of Duty of those games that I used to buy and I'm not saying Call of Duty is nothing anymore. I'm just saying that's not a game that I buy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't buy Call of Duties anymore, and Battlefield joined it right there next to it. I haven't
Different
bought
time
a
of life.
Battlefield
Yeah.
game since Battlefield 1. Okay,
Incredible game.
which kind of was one to go out on.
Yeah.
But Battlefield 6 really surprised me. So much so that I didn't just play it with Vincent and Ryder. Actually, I don't think I played with you, Ryder, at all, unfortunately. But
Maybe once. Man, I don't. Were we all three up? No.
I don't think we ever did a
I don't think we
three-man
did a
squad.
three-man.
I don't think
It's
we
okay.
ever. I don't even
Yeah.
think we did a 3-man squad.
We planned it and somebody couldn't do it. I won't name names, but somebody couldn't
Only
do it.
name.
I couldn't download it. Yeah. I didn't know you had to download a game. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I have to download this. Yeah. A 45 gig download.
Oh my God, Ryder! It's the 21st goddamn century.
I know.
Anyway, but I was also playing it by myself, and it was just the type of game like, oh yeah, I want to go in there and I just want to blow shit up. I want to click some heads, rip them to shreds, and
Nice.
blow it up.
Yeah.
I think the classes are great. I think the weapons all feel really good. The sound design's amazing.
Oh my God,
The
yeah.
ability to blow up buildings, walls, just like they did a great job. I think the real unsung hero is the map design. I think they're really well designed to make these chaotic moments. It kind of brought it back from even like the biggest maps, I feel like are not even as big as some of the maps in like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Like they really toned down the scale and kept the player counts high so that you have these moments, these pinches of really high octane action that is persisting and going back and forth, and you're spawning on your guy, waiting for your buddy to stay in the fight so that you can spawn on him, and that you're actually requesting the revive. Now anybody can revive. It's not just medics, but anyone can pull your body away from the action
best.
and revive. It's so good. It's just fun, man. I don't know what it is, but they got the secret sauce again to where I'm like, it's no longer me just monotonously spawning, going in, maybe shooting one guy, dying, and then doing that for a cycle over and over again. It has momentum. It's got this cool perk system where the more you kill people, there's a progression, and you get like a
is
adrenaline
cool.
to where you get perks based on how, like, if you're still going around and doing objectives and getting points or building points till these different perks that you can get, which is super fun and incentivizes you to keep your head in the fight and to keep going, because that's what's going to really turn the tide of battle. The kits are all cool. You got the support, which not only has a defibrillator, but has a wall that you can put up. And this is just the beta. I'm excited for all the stuff that they'll have in the full game, all the stuff to unlock. The weapon customization is super cool.
Do you like the 100-point system that they have?
I like the 100-point system. I like not being able to go completely off the rails with I think it's best when you have a little bit of guardrails, so you're not able to fully spec your gun to the perfect
Put everything on it. Yeah.
stats every
I think
single
it's
time.
that's a fun in-game puzzle is,
Yeah.
okay, am I going to sacrifice this stat for this stat to use this, or this costs 50 and it's really good, but I need a grip because I can't control this weapon. I think that's a really fun mini game to have.
Yeah. I'll knock it over to you, Vincent, for follow-up.
Yeah, I'm a massive Battlefield fan. I've been playing Battlefield, I feel like, my whole life. Every iteration of it, pretty much every release, I play Battlefield. I even pre-ordered Battlefield 2042, one of my biggest regrets, up there with Anthem pre-order. James has been alongside me for both of those, man. Seeing the disappointment
and you
on my
tried
face.
to talk me into the Battlefield 2042 one.
And guess what?
Oh, no.
I'll talk about this later. Well, I put about 100 hours into Battlefield 2042. I played a lot of Battlefield.
It was like, what? Beta?
And they've improved that game massively. But we're talking about 6, and I think 6 is so fun. I do have a couple minor gripes. I agree with pretty much everything James said, except for I think the map design is okay. I think it's fine. I think that the maps that they have in there are good, but I would actually like some more, 2 things. I want maps with more verticality, for sure.
Yes, please.
And I want maps that are flatter, big open spaces. And I know that's a gripe with people with Battlefield, but I just jumped back into 2042 just to try it, to see the differences, like playing one back-to-back. And they just brought the Iwo Jima map back from Battlefield 5, I believe. Ooh. And that is a very open space, 32v32, so same number of players as Battlefield 6. And it feels so good. There's plenty of hiding spots. It doesn't feel like you're just, gonna get mowed down wherever you go. But like, there's a little bit of excitement of running out in the open. And Battlefield 6 has close quarters combat everywhere, where the excitement of like, okay, is this a good time to like run over to this place, isn't as much there, which is fine. But that's one of my minor gripes. I can't really judge it because I haven't seen the whole map pool. I love the maps that we've got. I just hope that there's a little more variation in types of maps that we have. Yeah, but I agree that the class system back is absolutely massive. That is the fun of Battlefield, is having everybody have their core piece and roles to play. You also talked about the skill system and leveling up. That's like, you get those perks if you get more kills or whatever, but it's a point system. So like, even if you're a medic, reviving people makes you like move up in that as well. So it incentivizes you to use all of the tools in your arsenal. If you're support, using your wall or your rocket launcher, like all of your tools also help you get there, so you don't have to just get kills or whatever that looks like. So scouting with the sniper, super fun. I loved this game. I hit the max beta level, which was 20, which was so fun. Nice. I loved playing with you guys. Solo was also fun. The game modes that they have are good. I'm so excited for this game to come out.
Can we talk about Breakthrough? Like, I'm so glad that you mentioned game modes. I don't want to stop your train of thought, but like, I just want to give a spotlight to Breakthrough as like, I think it's such a good, I don't know if it's as good as Rush, but it scratches the same itch. They didn't give me a lot of Rush.
How did that one go?
So Breakthrough, so Conquest, imagine it's the whole map. Yeah. Conquest is like your basic, there's like 6 points in the map. You can spawn at whatever ones you have captured, and you're trying to capture the rest.
Okay.
And it's just like always tug of war. Breakthrough breaks the map up into 2-point or 1-point sections. Oh, right,
it's pushing,
where
right?
someone's always attacking.
Yeah. I love that. I only did that mode one time, and it was incredible. That was way better than Conquest, I think, for me.
It is my favorite way to play Battlefield. I think even in 2042, it was definitely the best way for all the maps to play. And
is it a carryover game mode from 2042?
I believe so, but I don't remember. No, it's also in Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1. It just wasn't as prominent, because I think a lot of the maps are built for Conquest, and that's where you lose people. You have to run so far to get to an objective. If you don't have a person spawning there, it's always tough. In Breakthrough, your spawn point is always very close to the action, so it's never hard to get back in, but it's still strategic like in Conquest. It is the best of both worlds. I think it's my favorite way to play Battlefield.
Because it bottlenecks everybody in the same area where you can get that fast paced. Whereas Conquest, it's like you're like hoping you get action, and it's just a one-on-one, and if you die, you're like, well, there goes another 5-10 minutes that I have to restart.
I also think it's the centralized goal. Everybody knows that you have to go to these points or defend these points or attack these points. Whereas Conquest, it's like, okay, let's go to D. Okay, D's getting captured. Let's go to E.
It's like you're
and
on
that's fun
sea, I'm going to
too,
be.
but the focused version of that feels like the team play comes out even more instead of just by happenstance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Ryder, what did you think of the beta?
I mean, yeah, I'm hearing what y'all are saying. I'm 100% agreed. I mean, I had so much fun with it. I'm a Battlefield lover based on the chaos and the vastness of the worlds. I feel like as I'm getting older, Battlefield 1 and then Battlefield 4 and then Battlefield Hardline, like I played those a lot. I didn't mind the openness, but here I was feeling the slower pace of running, in Conquest, especially running around, getting to a point and having that one-on-one, dying immediately and having to restart. So Breakthrough was definitely a highlight for me in the entire beta. I had so much fun with those. But yeah, man, this
See, that's crazy. I think we differ. That like
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want some more of that spread out stuff so that when I play Conquest, it does feel a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a lot more centralized because I feel like I never felt that I spawned too far away that I could.
Did you play all the maps on Conquest?
Yes.
I don't think I did. I did the Brooklyn and then I did the city. Oh no, the Brooklyn and then like Middle East location, I think. I don't know what else.
Something Cairo.
I thought
Cairo.
I thought the like mountainous one had a lot of the open.
Oh yeah,
space.
see, I don't think I even
like,
got
you
there.
Really like.
Agreed.
But yeah,
It sounds like it's what you would have wanted.
That's probably my favorite map in there so far because it has all of the things that I like. It has the more open spaces kind of on one side of the map, yet a lot of the close quarter stuff in the middle. I think that's a great map. I think there's some
like,
sniping issues on that map though, like some.
I agree
some
because it is like it's horizontal. Like the whole map is very like a line. But I also kind of like that. I like that it's built with snipers in mind to where like you kind of know where to look for the snipers. Like you kind of know that like they're probably going to be up nestled along that line.
Totally.
And I like that. I like that sort of predictability. Whereas like, I think where Battlefield lost me previously is like, I'm thinking of the there's like the Gulf of Omen or something like that. I think that was an old Battlefield 4 map.
Okay.
And it was like it was a conquest map, and it was like a city, and it was like a little town with a bridge, and then you get like a construction site. And you could climb a construction site, and there are these towers.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like, some of them were so tall, and some of them were like, there's
and it's
so
just a
much
small little ring around it, and the people would attack insertion, so they spawn up there, and they just repeat. Yeah.
Yep. And like I think some of these maps where you have so much verticality, like I think when you said verticality, that stressed me out a little bit. Because I'm
not talking about that.
Okay.
But I think I do want levels. I want more levels in building besides just first and second. I feel like there's a lot of first and second.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to get up on the roof of a lot of these places, or
dude, I want I want like a yellow construction tower. Just give me one. That's all I ask. Just one of those things, and then call it a day.
As long as you can blow it up very easily.
As long as you can blow it up and knock it down.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You plow through it. But that was the most fun part. Like, you guys remember that one map with the white tower, and then like it had the ropes on the side, and you could put enough C4.
And they snapped.
Yeah, and the ropes would snap, and then it would fall.
It's awesome.
That was
Wasn't
so
that
cool.
Wasn't that a part of Levolution?
Yeah,
that was Levolution.
Levolution.
See, they're not doing because that was like a timed thing. That wasn't like
really? Okay.
a part of the natural occurrences of the game.
That one was.
Maybe that one.
Remember the massive skyscraper map in Battlefield 4 where the skyscraper falls? That's a timed thing.
Oh wow,
Okay.
yeah. Like, and that was kind of, I did like in 2042, the rocket going off and the tornado. I was like, I'll never forget the chaos of some of that stuff. And so that was like, wow, this is really like an ultimate war zone. But I realized that they need to focus on some of the more important things that we've been complaining about, right? And then that we loved in this, like the engineering and like the different classes that they improved on.
Right.
But the best thing to come from the beta for me, I think, was all the videos, the social media videos, and the things that I've been seeing of players doing. Like, of course, you got the classic, the twin jets fighting. A guy hops out, blows him up, or shoots him in his cockpit, and then steals the jet.
Were there
midair.
jets?
There's some, there were some jets in some.
There really?
I know.
On the map that you
I didn't even
like.
I didn't even play that.
Shit! I never played it on Conquest then.
Like
Conquest is
Played
where
on
you get all the
Breakthrough.
vehicles. Breakthrough, you won't get the.
That's
You don't
right.
get the big ones. You do get tanks and stuff, I think.
or like the best was
you get tanks and Breakthrough.
You guys know that sad song, orchestral song that plays in Avatar, and they kept putting that when a guy would be running in slow motion and they would show a tank slowly aiming, obliterating someone. Like,
there is they have that saying, the only a battlefield moment, but like truly they have built a playground where a lot of these moments happen and they are so much fun. Even if you're on the receiving end of it, it is still a laughing moment. Or
it's hysterical.
I can't believe that just happened.
Some of the moments,
like Vincent, we should tell the story of like what. Sorry, Ryder. Stage is yours.
No, say the story. I want to hear it now. I want to hear it.
Vincent, you and me, we were in that mountain map.
Okay.
Where we were playing Breakthrough, and there's a moment we're holding the line, and then Vincent, now's our time. We're going in, and there's a little house on the point.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Take the reins.
James and I run in. Nobody is there. It's just James and I in this little hut, and we prone. We just go completely prone. Pull out the shotguns and just. It shows the little like numbers on under the point, and so it says 2 people on our team, and it was like 14 people on the enemy team, and James and I just lay down, and as people come through the door, we kill them. And I think at one point I was on the ground reviving our teammates who started joining us, and you were going through the door like full artillery fire out of there. But it was like,
crazy.
So epic, like smoke and debris.
It was
just
like
blowing over
brothers
us.
in arms. We're like you and me. We're doing the like the handshake.
Did you guys survive though? Did you make it to the end?
We did. We
survived. We
got the point.
No, we kept pushing.
It was the type
invincible.
See, this is the thing of like I think this is a moment that like separates this game from a lot of like I think Battlefield criticisms, which is like that what you're doing as a player doesn't feel consequential, like to the game as a whole. And I think that moment was a big one for me. Is like I feel like we would not have taken that point as a team if we didn't take the initiative and step up and get on that point. And it was me going to Vincent and say, we're going in. I got you. I'm going to revive you. I got your ammo pack. I'm going to put a wall up so they can't shoot through us. I got your back. You take the front. I'm taking the window. Don't worry about it. I got you, dog. You and me together forever. Like, we're in this. And then just absolutely fucking bringing it home.
It was an awesome moment. I think our future is full of these moments, and I cannot wait to play all the maps and like the full release when it comes out.
That's exciting. Yeah, if they give me more sniper pods, I'd be excited. Like more areas to nook up, get in a little nook, hide, do my camouflage. I know that you're gonna still have the lens flare of the scope, but it doesn't matter. Sniping in this game is so satisfying.
That's another thing that I was going to bring up too, is that the sniping never really clicked with me in this game. I kind of felt like all the scopes were not fully zoomed. Like I felt like
you need a 10x.
It wasn't quite there.
Like a blonde.
Yeah, it just never clicked. And I love recon. That's my favorite
I happen
class.
to disagree.
Yeah. That's great. What?
I happen to disagree. I feel like I was even quick scoping some of these bitches at some point.
Okay.
I was really feeling it. I was like coming up and I said, "Oh, you're right here."
Maybe I just don't have it.
You don't have the sauce.
Maybe I just do not have the sauce. Yeah.
Damn.
I think you just got to unleash the beast, Vincent.
Apparently
I think you
so.
just got to get into it. But I also want to talk to your point just briefly of I think some of the maps do have this really interesting, like I think in the mountain map and I think in the like it's the Middle Eastern map where you're in the different city centers and there's like the little courtyards and whatnot. I think between those little courtyards, you had like these micro open moments. I know they're probably not what you're talking about in terms of these like open expanses in which you're totally open. But I really felt that feeling of, oh my God, like someone's going to fucking shoot me if I run through this alley right now.
Totally. Yeah.
Which I liked that it made me lock into that sort of mentality of like, I got to watch my ass. Yeah. Because the minute I turn this corner, I'm going to like, there might be some dudes around there. I might be done. I got to play it smart. I got to hug the corner, see what kind of cover I got. Do a little tactical slide into
the double tap slide
into the little barrier.
Y'all, the shotgun, I know they're gonna
the shotgun was crazy.
It was so nuts.
No, I don't think they are because shotguns in Battlefield are historically like that good.
Really? Okay, that was the first time I was like aiming. I was quick scoping, a mile away, and I was like,
this one had a little too much range.
I'm hitting him with the shotgun that far. One shot.
Maybe I
him.
just was having a little too much fun. I
Yeah.
wanted to keep having that much fun.
Yeah, it was
Let me
good.
tell you, I threw slugs on there and a sniper scope.
That's nasty.
I
Yeah.
remember
It was
that.
fun.
I remember those glory days of the shotgun
That
sniper.
was fun. Okay, any more closing thoughts on Battlefield before we kind of move on to some games we've been playing separately?
Will you buy? Do you think you're gonna buy it for
Yeah.
a full $70?
I will be purchasing this. Yeah.
I will be purchasing. Yes, give me the full thing. When's the release date? Do we know? Like October?
October 10th, I think.
October 10th.
Ooh,
Which is
nice.
right next to COD.
If
as
anyone
well.
wants to buy it for my birthday,
Okay. Okay. Noted.
Putting
Noted.
out the call already.
Not the
putting
call.
out the bat signal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to move on
Mm-hmm.
to some games we've been playing, maybe not with each other.
Okay. Yeah. Solo
James,
games.
would you like to kick us off and we'll go James, Ryder, me. We'll just hit it like
Okay.
that. Take it away.
Sounds good.
What you been playing?
Tell us about
The
it.
first game that has consumed my life for the past week and a half is Lies of P.
Oh dang.
Mr. Souls
really-
himself.
God.
I really did
Oh,
not
no.
think it was gonna do this to me, but then I hit a 10-hour kind of like play session. I just like was inside, and then I was
All
like,
day.
I said, God damn it, this is what the next week and a half is gonna be like. I'm down
Yeah.
there at the end of the game now.
Oh
Wow. You've been pushing.
Wow.
I've been pushing hard.
Good.
And it's so fucking good. I think it's not perfect. Like, I think some of the boss design is like iffy. Some of them just feel a little bullshit, but it scratches the itch. Like, it scratches when you like have an itch and you have like that nail that you grew out a little bit to scratch that itch, and then
Can't
you're like
relate.
really
It's so
getting the fuck
specific.
in there. Like, oh my God. But you know the feeling of like when you scratch an itch with a little bit of nail, and it's like, oh, that's the
Hitting.
spot.
It's hitting. It's
What
hitting.
is I think you've known that you were going to be into this game, but since playing it, what makes it different or unique in the Souls genre?
Okay, there's two. Okay, there's one major specific mechanic that I can think of, and that is the weapons assembly system. So, typically in a Souls game, you have a weapon, right? And you just get new weapons throughout the game. The same is true in Lies of P, except for a very specific detail. All weapons that you get, except for boss weapons, come in two pieces, a blade and a handle. And the blade determines the type of attack. So whether it's good for, for example, you have like rapier blades, you have blunt blades or like blunt heads, or you have like a great sword,
Sure.
Typical. Edge, or you have like a katana blade, whatever. And then the handle can be a variety of different handles that you get. For example, one of my favorites is like a rocket boosted one. And each handle determines the move set. So the move set isn't bound. So you can put, if you like say, I like this rocket boosted sword, right? I like that I can like jump to an enemy and attack them. But I'm like, man, in this section, like I think blunt damage would be way better. Or I take it the environmental route. I have like an electric club, and I'm like, oh, I could really use some of this electric damage in this area. I'm just gonna swap them. I'm gonna swap those so I have the same move set, but I have this big old club on the end of it instead that I can do the same thing. And
Interesting.
I can dash and go to the enemy, same move set. And so
Okay.
I recently just discovered this about halfway into the game. So my mind has been like
Blown.
exploded, because with those move sets, they also come your like special moves. And so every blade has a special move and every handle has a special move. So sometimes I'll be like, I really like keeping this handle around because it has this parry that's really good at breaking boss attacks. And so
Okay.
I'll use that with,
Is it like an animation blending thing too when you have the two different special moves for each, or are you using them separately? You're not using them at the same time.
they don't use them at the same time. They're separate.
Okay.
So it uses the same animation as the original one, but it's just really cool to see, like, for example, certain weapons for example, there's like a lance, and it's cool to have a very big pokey weapon
Sure.
be on something that is not meant for poking.
Yeah. Right.
So for
You know.
all the newbies out there that don't know, this is like a classic Souls-like game in the sense of like a la Elden Ring, like where you have bosses and you're. Is it open
Yeah,
world
so
in the sense that you can go around and you're
it's
trying
more
to get better?
it's more linear than Elden
Okay.
Ring, whereas like if there's a boss, you have to fight it. Like there's no way of like
okay.
going around,
More
going
Dark
back.
Souls-y.
It's more like classic Dark
Okay.
Souls, and that you have your one lane that you're going, but then you're also gonna have like branching paths and options, and you're gonna find shortcuts that kind of like loop around, and there's like secret ways that you can go and like discover new ways and like secrets and items at the end of these little like rabbit holes that you go down. And some of that shit is so smart. Some of that is just like so. I love the way that the maps like interconnect, but I never really feel myself getting lost. Like I'm like, where
That's
am
good.
I? Like I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna take this and see where it leads me, and take a mental note of that one area that I meant to get to, and it's pretty easy to come back around. It also, I really like that it shows you which characters are available for side quest conversations.
So you don't have
And
to just spam through them.
It has markers of where there's specific like items and people to talk to at specific stargazers, or like if you're familiar with Elden Ring, like they were the sites of grace, or like bonfires for your Dark Soul heads. They're called stargazers, and they're like little
I like that.
they're like
Stargazers.
umbrellas. They're cool. Everything has this really cool like not cyberpunk, steampunk flair that I think really works. There's a ton of enemy variety. Like throughout each phase of the game, they're like not just the puppets that you fight, but they're also like these zombie adjacent people, and they're like they're like infected, which means they like are infected with this virus. So they're not just regular zombies; they're like super zombies that like do crazier things. And so like I like that the game really keeps fresh and keeps you on your toes, that you're never really like, you don't really ever return to the same thing. You're like, oh, these are easy. Like every time you enter a new chapter, you're like, okay, we're dealing with a different threat. We're dealing with different enemies that require different things. Some of them are better just to like sidestep. Some of them are more of like, they want you to parry them. Also, you can break people's weapons by doing perfect parries, which is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
There are certain enemies where like they'll try to like hit you with their sword, and you hit that perfect parry block, and it fucking
Shatters.
breaks.
Yeah, that's
It shatters.
So-
And they'll still try to attack you with it, but it doesn't have the same range or damage.
Is it connected to Pinocchio at all? I don't know why I had this idea in my head that it was.
No, it is it is a spin on the classic Pinocchio story. You
okay.
play as Pinocchio. There's Geppetto, who is the
What?
man who made you.
No
and
way.
They're like, yeah, all of the kids who like bully you are like they're stalkers. So they're like hunters, and so
I
they're
love
people
it.
who like hunt puppets and like other like riffraff
cool.
people. Since it's like very like
Steampunk
dystopian, so like side is
Pinocchio.
kind of like
Yeah.
collapsed, but it's just like it's so cool. Like
Cool
the world
take on
is
it.
just really cool. Yeah, and go ahead.
I just have a question because I've played the demo and that's it of this game, which was
Yeah.
maybe an hour ish. And in the demo, I remember you use your arm to sharpen your blade or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And tell me about the sharpening because I didn't really understand that when I played the thing.
So this is also a new mechanic to Liza P. In comparison to other Souls games, is your weapon has degradation. So the more you use it,
Which I hate. I hate item degradation in games.
So,
yeah,
but
continue.
it's, I think it's a little different because you just use that item, and you just
Yeah.
restore it to full health every time.
Oh, it's an
of,
item,
like-
so it runs out. It's not unlimited.
It doesn't. It is unlimited.
Oh,
you do
okay,
not
cool.
have to. You never have to worry about running out of a resource to repair your weapon.
So it's just something that you have to think about. You have to consider.
it's just
the
something you have to think
sharpness.
about.
Okay.
And
cool.
you get to a point in the game where you can apply status effects to your sharpen. So you can say, oh, I'm going to click square while I sharpen, and I'm going to apply a fire effect.
A
to mine.
poison,
Or
things like
poison,
that.
yeah. And you
okay.
get one of those for free every time, and then you can't use
Great.
it anymore until you rest again. But I like that. And you have your arm, which is like, if this is kind of more like Sekiro style, but you have all these different arms that you can attach because you have your metal arm.
Yeah.
And you can you start with just a metal one that does a really big punch, but there's one that I really like that's it's a grappling hook. And then I upgraded it so I can do a grapple, pull myself in. I can do a combo, like a jump and slam attack. That's super cool.
Love it.
There's like a fire one where you can shoot fire. There's an electricity one. There's one where you have a gun and you can just like shoot like cannon blasts. So there's one where you can like put it in the ground and put a mine in the ground for the enemy to trip on. There's one that's like a shield that does an explosion when it gets hit. Like there's a lot of cool ways you can build your character around your puppet arm, is what they call it.
That's awesome.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I'm definitely
It's
interested
sick.
in checking it out eventually. I know that I'm a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of Souls-like guy, but I would like to give this a try.
This one is harder. I say here's
for sure.
I think it's kind of harder, kind of not harder. I think the boss fights specifically are harder solo, but they're easier to do with your summon. But also, I love this.
There's summons in this game? I feel like there's a
there-
lot in the nitty gritty that we don't need to get into, but yeah. Okay.
There is, but they're so simple. It's just like but right in front of every boss door is like a little like cup of ashes. And that's what you use to like summon your specter for the fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
And all you do is you just click it, press X, and then you go into the boss wall and it'll spawn automatically. Also, your it's called it's called ergo. That's your like souls or like runes.
Okay.
If you die in the boss room, your ergo spawns right outside the boss door.
Oh, thank God. So you don't have to
Before
hit the
you
boss
walk
to get
in.
it back
It's
or whatever.
So you do not have to run into the boss room to try and get it
Yeah.
Wow.
before.
That's a nightmare.
Also, there's a little more grace in terms of that, where like, so you know if you die when you have your runes out on the ground, that you'll just lose them all.
Yep.
This isn't necessarily the case. It'll half the runes.
So it just cuts in half every single time.
It cuts in half every single time it gives you like
that's a
another
lot more
attempt.
forgiving.
Yeah.
It is a lot more forgiving. And so I think so to go back to the summons, bosses are easier with the summon than I think in other Souls games. Whereas like
Okay.
I really tried to stave myself off from using the summons because I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna beat him if I use a summon.
Purist.
But I know I'm trying to be a purist, but like
Yeah.
honestly, I think most bosses this game I've had to use it.
Okay. To get past it.
Because I like there's only been a couple that I've been able to really do so unless I really want to devote more time to it. But
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
kind of in that point of like, I just
ready to
wanna,
keep
I
going
really
with
want
the
to
game.
keep moving.
Yeah.
Explore the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every boss has either a weapon or an amulet, which is like a perk that you can equip. So you can either trade in that boss's ergo for a specific boss weapon or the amulet, which are all cool and they all do very different things. Yeah, it's really, and I like the way it does a respec system. You basically get infinite respecs.
That is
That's
nice because
fantastic.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk about a game where there were some respec issues later.
Well, you
But yeah,
did.
having a great time. I would love to play the DLC. That's the last thing I'll say is like, I cannot wait to play the DLC for this game.
Awesome.
Once I'm
And it just came out, so you're right on the doorstep for it.
You
Yep.
did a great job of describing that game, and it sounds so exciting. But I think when it comes to me and Souls-like games, they're just so challenging. I get so like I'm over here texting you guys like, "Hey, what's it? I don't know how to play it." Like, cause they're not. There's no instructions, right? Like, this is all like you play and you do it. And there's no like come here and then it says open your menu and maybe equip this type of thing. It's all kind of however you want to approach the situation best, which is tough.
I do
for me.
think
I'm
there
like,
there
I
are
don't
some
know.
like on-screen tutorials in
Okay.
Lies of P that are really good at spelling out for you. I will say though, like with all these games, they are rhythm games at their like
Yeah,
heart. I
that's
think
what's
it's
tough.
like it is noticing
this,
a
yeah.
signal
Pattern, right? A pattern.
and knowing
man.
what it's the pattern of what they're gonna do, and it's the signal of like, oh, they're gonna do something. I gotta know
Boom.
which
Now I can
way
attack,
to
yeah.
step, which way to dance. Now I can
dance.
attack. Now I gotta dodge.
back,
Oh,
yeah.
that
Block.
attack hits me if I dodge
Yeah.
back. So I'm gonna dodge forward instead and
I
see what
can't
happens.
Wait to tell you about a game that I got on my list.
man. Okay.
Wow. But it's not your turn yet, Ryder.
Not my turn yet.
It's
Ryder's
turn
up.
Well, I will say when it comes to weapons that have degradation, oh god, the most annoying thing ever is in this game called Dune Awakening. Now,
Tell me
for
about it.
those that know,
shit.
Dune Awakening has taken over the internet by storm. Man, there was a time when it was peak peak on Steam's players list, right? Everyone was playing it, thousands of people, and it was huge for me for a good period. And I remember you guys being like, look, it's gonna have a 2-month life period, maybe a 1-month life period, and you're gonna hyperfixate and then it's done. And I could say for now, I'm kind of done only because of how much sand I dug up and how much water I drank. You guys, the amount of sand and water I was dealing with in this game, unfathomable. How many? Like, I didn't put
I'm
in...
surprised it's an unfathomable amount of water being in the desert.
Yeah, honestly, well, it comes from bodies. So like that's what's crazy. For it's really cool. Okay, this game is fantastic. It's an open world survival game, right? So when it comes to survival games and building bases and kind of, working your way up in tier lists, like, how some games have Bronze Age, Iron Age, working your way up like that. This has the same type
Or
of
some
thing.
variation of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's this, but it's all within the Dune universe. So you are, as I was screaming every single second, Listen Agaib! I am Listen Agaib, and I'm working my way through the Dune universe.
That is an actual tier?
So everyone is Lisan Al Gaib?
Well, you can name yourself. I don't know if you're actually Listen Agaib,
okay,
but
okay.
you're kind of...
Because if memory serves me right, Dune Awakening takes place in a alternate history timeline of Dune where
That's right.
Yeah.
Paul was never born.
Yeah, he was never born, or
I think that's what I heard.
he never went to a Fremen planet, but something like that. Yeah. So they, the story of the lore is all different, and so that way, the Harkonnens are still.
Everybody can have a power
fantasy. Everybody
fantasy.
can have a power fantasy. Yeah, exactly. Everybody can do it.
Okay.
Everybody can have the power. So you
love
can
that.
go on your own journey of getting all the powers of like a Bene Gesserit, or you can be more of a swordsman, or you can be more of a pilot, like what's his name? Not Leto.
Duncan Idaho.
Duncan Idaho. Yeah, Duncan
Duncan
Idaho
Idaho,
is in the game. It's pretty cool. But the great thing about this one is that you
Is he
can,
modeled after Jason Momoa?
kind of, not really. He's just kind of a guy. He's just kind of a guy that's there.
Dude.
But what's fun was that I was playing this a little bit with some friends of mine, Drew and his brother, and we were diving deep. Like, these guys are putting in tens of hundreds of hours. They have multiple characters, multiple servers. And the one thing that's tough about this that I say was pretty tricky is that if you don't keep up with your base, if you don't keep power on your base, weekly sandstorms come in and completely destroy everything you've been working
Hilarious.
on. So,
Holy shit.
so if you're not dedicated, I'm kind of like, well, I'm afraid to go back in because I'm afraid I go back and it's just dust over my entire base and all the thousands of hours that I've spent just gone and destroyed. And that happened
My
once.
ornithopter.
Yeah, I came back and my ornithopter was gone. And I was like, oh my God, the shield wall is down. There's no power.
Well, I think this is I was looking forward to this game for so long. And then as I got closer to release date, it was like the survival aspects of it, I just have no interest in. But I know that is like for you. But then I was watching a lot of YouTube videos that were saying like, oh, you could play this solo and have a good story. You just won't like, you can kind of sidestep a lot of the survival stuff. You just won't get to the end game type stuff.
Yeah.
And that really turned me off from getting it. But like I was telling you, I am interested enough to like pick this up on a sale. I think I just wasn't ready. I'm not going to pay full price for a game that I'm actively avoiding its like its core mechanics,
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds
I will say, for my experience, I didn't get to the end game stuff. There was a whole other tier of things that I could have gotten to.
Yeah.
And it's very separated by a PvP section that had a lot of hate and a lot of like controversy.
Right.
Because, there's a lot of griefers and there's a lot of people that, even if they're not being mean, they're just kind of like playing the game, they're better than you, they're going to take all your stuff. And that sucks. And so it was a whole other world like you would travel to, and then it would become a PvP section. And so they fixed that now. They made it a lot more PvE, but then kind of PvE, like a blend. And so I feel like for me, the survival aspect and the story aspect, I got a full game experience with hundreds of hours. I mean, like, you could play so much, travel the entire map, do everything, have fun with the ornithopter and a bike, and not even enter that top tier level of stuff. Like, it's just, I think that top tier end game level of stuff is just more survival aspect stuff. Like, the whole story and everything is contained within that first, like, 7/10 is a weird way to put it.
Sure.
Like, there's 70% is like that. You could do all that. You don't even need to get to the last 30.
which
But
I'm interested in. That's what I'm interested in doing for sure. It looks like they just released a roadmap the last couple days
Feel free to,
where
if you have
they're
it, mention it, because
going
I
to be
was going to bring it up.
changing the end game. So the main story they're continuing, which means like, is there like a definitive end for the story that you played, or did it seem like it was a part one?
It did seem like they, like there was an ending, but they left it open for more stuff. Like, we must discover what is coming. Like,
Okay.
like, okay.
As long as
Something
that's
like
all
that.
free, I'm down. But that's kind of what it seems like, is that it will be. Yeah, free updates as the main
Free
story
updates and
continues.
paid DLC is coming up soon. September 17th or the 11th is when their next big little expansion's coming. More buildables, more costumes, stuff like that, guns, a vehicle.
I feel like they'll have to do a big push, which might be the time when they drop it.
They drop
10
a
to
sale.
$20, and
Heck
they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, jump in, try this out," because they've hit their wave of people being into it. You know, they need to open it up for people that are kind of on the fence now.
Yeah, no, it really is cool because, you have the sandworm, and I think that's a fun aspect of the entire game because as you're
Totally.
traveling the desert, you have the sandworm that could come up and kill you, take all your stuff, and so you use like certain still suits or certain boots that are quiet when you're walking on the sand, or maybe like a thumper. You place a thumper like 500 feet away from you. The worm goes get that, and you're over here mining spice. You're trying to get that spice on Arrakis. Like, it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But yeah, there's some times when you get close to the end game, y'all, and you have a buddy with like a giant ass ornithopter, like not the regular one. There's like a big carrier one, and they're picking up tractors, like giant ass tractors. It's
I
dropped
love
in the
it.
sand, and then you can just go zzz, and you're there making a lot of noise, and you're just mining spice, and you're trying to get spice, and that, and another thing too that I think is funny about this game is that you have to pay taxes to the. You have to pay
You
taxes.
don't.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like survival game slop that I don't like. I love
Worst
it.
thing ever, y'all. Because you have to when you go to like certain spots on Arrakis, there's like a Fremen section, a Atreides section, and then like a Harkonnen area that you can visit. Different hubs, and depending on where you align with in the menu, you get their cosmetics, you get their alignment, you get their
Nice.
support throughout the world. But then as you're building bases with their parts, you have to pay taxes. And that's like
That is
the
funny.
funniest thing. And if you don't pay taxes, I think they just come after you every once in a while, like a little raid on your base, but you can just kill them easily.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Yeah. But it's one of those where you can spend hours in, more fun with friends, but very, very, I applaud it for its a great solo experience as well.
You're gonna let me move in, right? So that I can
Oh,
just use your base
100%.
while I do the story.
I am this close to tonight making a new base and starting again, just so I can be ready for DLC 2.
Do they have
There
an
we go.
offline mode?
I don't think so because you're hopping in server. Well, you know what? I wouldn't know because they do have custom servers, like private servers.
I'm gonna check in on that because that could be interesting to me. I
Then-
would see what that's all about.
Yeah, because it is funny every once in a while you hear and an ornithopter's
ornithopters.
flying
That
over
is-
you, and you're like, oh shoot, that's a guy, that's a real person.
That
And
is
you-
cool.
And you turn on your mic and you're like, hey dude, what's up? And then you hear him like, hey man, what's up?
Oh, there's prox chat.
Yeah, it's proximity chat. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
just kidding.
It's
That's
so
awesome.
funny.
I would play online
Like
for sure.
the best moment was when I saw like 3 ornithopters, no, 3 and 3, it was 6 total, and these guys were like chatting it up, and I was like, what is this war? I come in hot. I'm like, what's going on, guys? Y'all, they were they were like dead ass arguing, like actually cussing each other out, like, let's go to PvP mode, let's go, you won't PvP
That's
me. And I
awesome.
was like, what the heck is going on? They're like, hey man, what's up, you want to join our clan? Anyways, you shut up. It's like, oh my god. I was like, I'm good, but have a good one, y'all. And then I just flew away, and I don't know, that was
Having a
funny.
good time.
But great
That's
game,
awesome.
and I am Lisan Al Ryder, as I call myself.
That's funny.
I have questions.
Yeah, I'm here.
How's this different from other survival games you've played?
I think
Besides being in the world of Dune, of course.
besides being in the world of Dune, the survival is cool because like, well, I don't know if this is particularly different because you have your water support and you have your health that you have to worry about. Like in many games, food and water is a very important aspect of survival games. The way you get water isn't really necessarily from resources, but you have to kill people, and then you can take their bodies and you can suck their blood, use their blood in a distributor, turn that into water, or get their bodies and bring it back to base, and just absorb their water. I mean, I would say it's a lot of like core things that you would know in a survival game. I think it's just how they've cosmetically skinned it, how they've made the buttons on how you're playing it, because it's a lot of the same. But I think the base building is really good in that you can, make your base as big as you can imagine. Like literally you can make a giant castle massive castles that are just kind of hard to believe that you can do that. But survival way, I'd say it's pretty close to a lot of the games, but they definitely have cemented themselves as one of the best survival games out there, I'd say.
Okay. So maybe not anything especially new, but maybe the sort of not perfection, but improvement or honing of those elements.
Absolutely. Definitely.
I think also from what I've heard from you and other people is that a lot of survival games are very focused on the survival aspect, but this seems to have a lot larger offering, and it's not like the other offerings are bad. Like people are very excited about the other offerings, such as the story and the world and the PvP and the raids or the dungeons that you can do. Like that kind of stuff people seem to really like.
Yeah, definitely. It's not like there's not variety for the dungeons. They're all pretty much the same. But once you reach a certain point in a tier of weapons and armor that you have, it becomes so easy to just kind of plow through everything. And it's like, all right, you're really grinding for resources, and you can just spend hours just getting the same thing over and over again.
Sounds like Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it for me on Dune.
God.
I will be playing again though. It'll hook me back. Let's see.
Amazing. I feel like I am trying to choose now what game that I would like to talk with you guys about, because there's some that I'm very excited about in this moment, but to stay true to the thumbnail of the video, I feel like I need to talk about Clair Obscur's Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk weapon degradation?
Not weapon degradation, because there's no weapon degradation in this game.
Okay.
Though I do really like the weapon system in this game. But if you haven't seen anything about Expedition 33, I would highly recommend watching a trailer. It is a story-based, turn-based, or story, narrative-driven, turn-based action game.
You're kind of doing a Kermit the Frog thing with your voice.
Yeah, I was just... You should probably check this out.
Yeah. It's a lot, right? It's a lot of different genres.
Or maybe it's Bert, or
it's
Ernie.
It's a pretty incredible experience that I was not expecting. It kind of came out of nowhere. There were trailers for it for a long time. A lot of reservations about it because it looked very AAA from a very small team. This is their first game. And then they started revealing the cast of like Charlie Cox, Andy Serkis, Jennifer English, Ben Starr.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these like big voice actor and actors in this. That's crazy, wild talent. Started getting all this praise from, outlets and whatnot. And I tried to stay away from watching too much about it because I kind of knew like this is a game that I'm looking for. Like I think I'm going to eat this up. Sure enough, it is by far my like game of the year for right now. Like nothing has come close to touching it. Yes, I'm a sucker for narrative games and games with a good story and great characters, and this has those. And I want to talk with you guys about all of the choices that these characters make and how it's like affecting me and the choices that I had to make with these characters, because it was very impactful to me. But besides a narrative standpoint, the gameplay a lot of people are a little bit hesitant of because it's turn-based. And I think when people think about turn-based, they think, okay, attack, or I'm going to, block for this attack, or choose a certain thing. James, you have a lot of experience with like Persona games and stuff. I would say that from the first 10 minutes or so, I would say that it's close to that in its kind of turn-based fashion. But the big thing that this does different is it has a very active system where when the enemy is attacking, you can parry or dodge or jump or anticipate their attacks in different ways. So you never feel like you've clicked a button and you're watching the battle unfold in front of you. It never feels like that. You are locked in. And then when you do an attack, I hate to say that it's like quick time events, because there kind of are like quick time events, but like, okay, you're doing this big attack and you have to click X, square, triangle at the perfect times. And if you do that, you get a bit of a damage boost with your attack. So you're always incentivized to follow those prompts to do it. And yeah, when you're getting the parry, you can attack back, and there's different move sets for each character. You have kind of a healer, a damage, all of these kind of things. But my God, the way that this game, and it's not long. I think I did most of it in about 50 hours, and that was
50?
way more than story.
Oh
way more
my
than story.
gosh. Okay.
I think I did the story in like 30 hours. But it's not like overly long to where
Yeah.
you're like, I can't wait for the story to be over. Like, I'm ready to move on for the next game.
Yeah.
It was a great length to me, and I am still itching to go back to finish it and to get to do all the bosses that are way too difficult. And another thing that I'm very much into right now, I think you guys can both attest to this, is I've found myself really into games that allow you to do different builds or effects more. Like as a kid or growing up, that was never my thing. I just wanted to hit things and blow things up, make, damage, do the thing. But I really like seeing an effect that I can pair with another effect that's going to make this happen. It's going to make this happen. It's kind of why I'm really loving card games right now and different things like I like
deck builders.
Yeah.
Having things stack and
if games give me an option to play with their pieces and do something that could be unique to what I make it do, that makes me feel really good. And I think I'm chasing that a lot right now in games. And this game gives you that ability in a very unique way by finding things around the map that might be like, okay, this is going to give you a negative or positive buff here. So your first attack is either going to do plus 50% damage or 50% of its full damage, basically. So kind of like either or. But if you do that, if you have chain that with something else that has a negative effect, you're all of a sudden doing positive effects. Like you're doing, like you can chain together these really interesting things that make everything feel so unique. And seeing people on TikTok make their builds of their character, and you don't have to even do this thing. You don't have to do any of this like building thing. It's completely optional. It's just however you kind of want to interact with it. And I think it's a very special game in so many ways. I cannot recommend it enough. It really has left an impact on me. Even though I finished it a while ago, I really wanted to be the game I talk about on this podcast, since it's still
music,
recent.
right? Music is probably
Oh my God. The music is phenomenal, dude. Yeah.
Like that's been getting a lot of praise as of late with both the score and like the tracks, right? Of the people singing.
It's beautiful.
Gamescom, there was just somebody.
Yeah, they did a performance of one of the main songs there.
Cool.
The battle music, it's so good. The battle music could be perfect.
Yeah. Is the main guy the whole time? Is it Charlie Cox, right? It's him, right? You play as him?
Charlie Cox is the main character.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Because I only played an hour of it. Like
I would say that he's a main character, and then Mael, who's played by Jennifer English, who was also in Baldur's Gate and a few other big recent games. She, I would say, is the centerpiece of the story, though.
Oh,
she's the main character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool. Maybe I'll give it another shot.
Yeah. I would say that I understand the hesitation for turn-based games, and if that doesn't click immediately with you, but I think this is such a rewarding system that is more fun than a lot of real-time action games that I've played recently. It's much more engaging to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I think the turn-based was fun and very unique and active, and you had to be engaged. But yeah, it's just one of those things for me where I felt like I was just impatient. Where it's like an attack happened, I'm like, okay, let me parry. Nope, that didn't work. I got hit. Oh, let me dodge. Oh, that didn't work. And then he does something else, and I was like, all right, I'm not grasping what to do here.
I think you got to give it some time because each enemy type has a different moveset, I guess. But when you interact with those enemies later on, like you can start grasping. Oh, they're gonna do a swipe attack, then this attack, and I can dodge this, parry this, and it starts to feel like James was talking about rhythm games, talking about kind of in Souls how you can get into a rhythm once you start learning the moves. It's so rewarding in this game. It's so rewarding that you can be the weakest person, and if like you could not be leveled up and have everything going and still destroy the boss if you know its moveset. And that's so fun. That is so cool to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah, that's really nice. I have a question. Is
Yeah.
experimenting with builds easy or accessible?
Totally easy. So basically, there's a system where you pick up skills, and once you use that skill 4 times, you've learned it, and meaning that you can equip it to any of your characters. Now, there's a limit to how many skills you can apply to your character, and as the game goes on, that number grows. And now it's at such a limit that I'm not even hitting that limit to put everything in. It's like you can throw everything you want at it, or be more specific and just put the ones that you would like to on each character.
And these are easily swappable between characters at any time.
Super easily swappable. And not just swappable, you can equip the same ones on different party members, to everyone. Yeah. After you've used it 4 times. The 4 times thing is like, I think how they limit that at first, because when you're going up against a boss and you've just gotten a skill that's going to help you with that boss, if you were able to put that on your characters, I think that kind of breaks the game a little bit. But it's very natural to, you can equip it anywhere.
Makes sense.
And the weapon leveling system is cool too, because you find weapons around, but if you've already built around a weapon, if you've already statted into, it has point attribute sort of thing with like strength and wisdom, because you might have more magic characters and more physical characters. You can pretty much respec that at any point in the game. And it is that because your point attributes scale to your weapon. So your weapon's like, okay, this sword is going to want strength and dexterity sort of thing. Like I'm going to point all the way into there. The magic character, she wants all intelligence for this, but she also has another type of weapon that is actually scales with strength. And you can just respec. You have items, they're called coat of repaints or something like that, but they're very generous with giving them out, that you can do that pretty much any time. I think I ended the game with 40 or 50 of them left, so
nice.
It's like not a problem. Yeah,
that's incredible.
So yeah, Expedition 33. Yeah,
cool.
I was going to suggest now, since I know we're kind of wrapping up, do we want to mention quickly the other, if we have others on our list, like quickly, and like what else we're playing, just so that, because I'm curious.
I would love to. I have a little bit more time, and I would be down to go quicker through some more games we've been playing.
Sure.
James, you want to go?
James, do the rest of them. Do your rest.
Okay. Let me rattle them off. First of all,
let
me talk about a game that I have not been playing. Okay. I picked this game up and I dropped it like it was fucking hot.
Oh no.
And I'll preface this by, this is a game that I really wanted to like. I thought I would like it. I thought that despite the criticisms that I've heard, that I'd be able to push through them and really have a good time, because I think games like this are really up my alley. And that is Marvel's Midnight Suns.
No.
I played that one. I played that one.
I know.
I'm with you. It's
I know.
It's up and then it's down. It's up and then it's down.
Yeah.
It's so close. It's close, I think.
It's so I know it feels
like,
so close.
It could be good. It could be good, but it's like
it could be good.
Nah. Like I'm done. I don't care that it's Marvel.
Yeah, it really comes down to, I think if it was really strongly centered around the combat and like minimizing the stuff between combat, like I'm gonna compare this with another Firaxis game, which is one of my favorite franchises, which is XCOM and XCOM 2, which is great because between enemy encounters, you're doing base building. You are managing your economy. You're slotting things to upgrade for the next encounters, and those are on timers. So you're trying to like manage your timers so that you have the shit you need when you want it, and you might want to invest longer periods of time into bigger things. All these things. You don't do any of that shit in Marvel
because you
Midnight
just have
Suns.
those weird cringe conversations between people.
You just have conversations. I'll tell you exactly what you do. It's like you come back from an encounter. You're like, oh, that was really cool. I just fought Venom, and I have these cool abilities where I can like throw him into the electric thing, and he's stunned, and so now I got all my stacked attacks that are all doing bleed damage, and he's gonna bleed to death in like 3 turns, and he can't do shit about it.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, that feels good. And you have like fodder enemies. I like that it has some enemies with health and some enemies without health, just for the sake of like, these guys are gonna do damage to you, but you actually don't need to like do damage to them. You can like knock them.
Yeah.
You can knock them out or like push them, they die on knockback, or like you can hit them with an environmental thing without spending like any of your card play points to kill them.
Real quick, can you explain the gameplay a little bit of Marvel Midnight Suns? Just
Thank you.
very shortly.
Thank you. I'm getting ahead of myself. Marvel's Midnight Suns at its core is a turn-based card building tactical strategy game.
Sounds absolutely perfect for me right now, though.
Yeah.
It does sound absolutely perfect.
You would eat it up, honestly. It's good.
I think you would eat some of it up. I think when you get into the stuff that I'm really going to complain about, I think you might also lose it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Also, first of all, this game looks like it's from PlayStation 2 era. It looks like it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I don't know what the budget was there. It just does not look good.
But the actual in-combat stuff looks decent, right?
It looks fine.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Dare I say mid?
It looks mid, but
I have purchased this game.
Bad.
You purchased? It was from PS.
It was before PS happened. It was on a deep sale, and James and I had talked about that for probably 2 years, being like, when this goes on sale, we're gonna buy it and play it. And I think
$10.
Yeah, I think I was about $10, and I haven't booted it up. So
Yeah,
I'd say it's worth about $5 of your dollars.
I also would say it's worth about $5.
$5.
Because here's the thing. So it's a card battle. So you go into these situations and you have enemies and you have some sort of objective, which is like kill all of them or like defend this thing.
Yeah.
Or, go and interact with this thing before they blow it up or whatever.
yeah,
And so you like spend, instead of like attacks, you just have these cards that you play, and they all do different things. Some of them do more damage, some of them attack, some of them do knockback, some of them heal. All these, so you have all these like abilities to build your different characters with.
yeah.
The issue comes with two things. One, I think, is your character, which is you have a custom character.
Some random
that is
Average
totally
Joe.
uninteresting, totally like average Joe, like no interesting powers, and it's just like it has voice lines, totally fully voice acted. I'm just the whole time like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Second,
It's rough.
that compounds with this is every time you come back, you just basically have like these little markers above people's heads to have these conversations
Talk with everybody.
Yeah, talk with
and you actually have to like put some thought into these conversations because you get like buffs for selecting the right answer.
They're gonna affect your combat the next day.
They're gonna affect they affect your health and stuff like that.
I'm upset with you. I'm not gonna use my power there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it alters your bond with the character, and so like you can't do certain things if you don't have a certain level of bond with them. So you really have to invest into the character like conversation part of the game in order to get the more end game abilities, and that's what it is. It's it's so big. It is an entire like mansion like with a estate around it that you are running around, like going to different
You're over it.
Yeah.
How long did you play it?
I played it for about an hour.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's a
Because I
pretty
really thought
definite.
I played it for an hour too. I put an hour.
I was like, okay, like I can just speed through these conversations and just get to and I couldn't because the combat sections aren't long enough to really like they don't feel like a focus. They really feel like a half of the game. It doesn't feel like a 75-25 situation. It feels like this is half the time I'm going to be in combat, half the time I'm going to be at the estate talking to the bitches.
I'm very curious. It kind of seemed like they had a plan to introduce more characters like after the game released.
And they did. They have DLC characters.
Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
A few more than Deadpool.
I wonder if this game was very well received, if we would have gotten a lot more characters and a lot more types of stuff, or a second Marvel Midnight Suns or something. But I don't believe we would get that. It was too middling, the response.
There's 4: Deadpool, Venom, Morbius, and Storm, which are weird characters.
Morbius?
To put in.
Storm's sick, but Morbius must because of the
Storm
movie.
is sick. Potentially.
Venom
Venom should have been in the base game. He's the first boss you fight.
Oh, also I get that they're doing Midnight Suns characters versus like any Avenger, right?
Yeah,
True.
Okay.
which is cool.
Anything else?
But Captain America is in the game.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that we're blowing through all of these.
Yeah, we got to blow through because we got a couple more games
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I'll just list
Next.
off what I have after.
Helldivers 2.
Nice.
Always
okay.
jumping into Helldivers 2.
Halo
Gearing up
ODST
for the big
stuff?
ODST
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
in
nice.
a week. Yep, it's gonna be really cool.
Xbox, join us.
I jumped back into Fortnite because I really like the season pass, only to realize I'm really fed up with the gameplay loop of Fortnite. I don't know if I've said it here on the podcast,
no.
but Fortnite like makes me just not want to play Fortnite. Like they do have these cool collabs that make me like want to play as these characters.
Yeah.
But then I get in the game and I realize I just do the same Fortnite shit every single round.
You gotta do
And it
blast,
doesn't-
bro. You gotta do blast.
It doesn't let me like feel. I don't feel like the characters, or like I don't feel like I'd be doing things that those characters would be doing, and so it's not fun for me in that way. It's like, oh, Power Rangers, I want to go do like Power Ranger shit, but in reality I'm picking up the shotgun and blowing up Goku.
I'm very excited for whatever Epic is working on that isn't Battle Royale. Like,
They're working on something?
well, I mean, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. They're building
Sorry,
a
yeah.
platform.
Yeah, my bad.
They're building a platform.
That was
building
such
games,
a funny response.
And I know that
I
they're
would
doing like.
assume.
I know they're doing like the little Rocket League thing, and then they did the little
Yeah.
Lego Undercover Cop thing, and they
Yeah,
did the little
right.
all these little things. But like, what is next for Epic and what is next for Fortnite is being worked on right now. There's no way it's just Battle Royale forever. And if I had to put my money on it and guess, it would be that metaverse type thing that we've had conversations about years ago, and nobody's talking about metaverse stuff anymore because it died with the NFT stuff and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, if I had to guess, they're building a world that you could do a lot more than Battle Royale in. You can spend a lot of time in there doing a lot of different things. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but it would be the like living your fantasy life online type of thing.
Damn, yeah. That'd be insane.
I think before that, I think they're dipping their toe into more PvE experiences. I think
Yeah, oh,
with
yeah.
this season, of course, like they got they got more of the enemies, the alien dudes who have more of a presence, and they already have the Lego thing that's like more. It's adjacent to Helldivers.
Yeah.
So I think they're playing more with PvE stuff. They're just kind of dialing
All for
that
the
in, I
pipeline.
think. All what?
All for the pipeline. They're working their way to something.
Working their way. Global domination.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie
Nice.
Well, I don't even know
On
what
the
you
Switch?
said. I don't know if you know what you said.
on the PlayStation. It's on PS Plus Extra,
Did not know.
and I love Katamari. Just like I showed
Okay.
it to Regine because I thought she would think it'd be cute, and she did. She thought it was very cute.
Ryder, you'd like Katamari.
I
I
would.
love Katamari.
Is this on
It's
PS
so
Plus?
fun. Yeah,
I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm looking at it after this.
And that's about it because 90% of my time goes to Liza P. The other 10% goes to Helldivers 2.
Lovely.
Nice.
There it is.
Ryder?
Okay, well, when it comes to video games, you guys know I love wasting my time, and so I'm hopping in Grounded 2 now, and I'm ready to cut some grass for another 700 hours
It's
and
more survival.
contribute to nothing. Yeah, just getting grass and picking up rocks. That's all that game is. But there's mystery in it, and there's a new story, and they've really upped the 80s kind of vibe of a mystery, and it's like, that's what's cool. It's early access, but they're
Is
cooking
this the
for it.
third game Obsidian has released this year?
Yeah.
Outer
Avowed,
Wilds 2 is coming
Grounded
Avowed?
2,
Grounded
and Outer Wilds 2 comes out.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
They're on a roll.
They're really
That
doing some
Microsoft
good stuff.
money.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is definitely an upgrade. I mean, for those that love survival, Grounded 2 is really just, I mean, it's perfect, even though it's not even
That's
done.
awesome.
It's great. And then here's a game that I know I will play to the day I die, and that's Hitman. I don't know what it is about these games, but it's that you can hop in the same map every single time, and it'll always be different. You know, it's always a different way to take out your target. There's funny stories. It's kind of wacky and silly. Like they have a sense of humor in it. And the maps are cool because you have an F1 map and you have like a hunt, like a murder mystery house, like a la Knives Out. So I don't know. Every time I hop in, I'm always like, this is the one game I think I'll play the rest of my life.
if one thing gets heard from this podcast, is that I so badly would like to play the current Hitman saga, but they make it so complicated how to purchase. And when something goes on sale, it's only a small, tiny part of it with 2 maps. And it's like, well, I don't want to buy that. I want to buy the whole package.
Yeah, it is complicated. But you gotta look at the reviews. And people on the reviews will tell you, no, don't buy this, bro, buy this. And then they'll post a link for you to PlayStation.
They need to figure that out. Because their graphic on Steam is bad. And their thing on PlayStation already has an issue with different versions of games. Yeah. Different versions plus 10 releases of Hitman, and it's all the same game, is so frustrating.
World of Assassination is what you're looking for.
But it only gets you, if you just buy the regular World of Assassination, it's only like 5 curated maps, and then you have to buy the DLCs of Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 and Hitman 3, and like
I want
the package.
Check it out. Yeah, I thought World is all 3 games.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Couldn't tell
That's
you.
it.
I wanted to talk about 2 games. I'll go fairly quickly. I will not take up too much time talking about Destiny 2 The Final Shape, but I've probably played around 20 to 30 hours of The Final Shape. The campaign is bad. It's not good. I have 2 missions left, and I literally have no desire to finish the campaign. I will, because you get exotic pieces. But I would say that the experience of playing different activities and the modifier system that they've come out with makes the replayability way more enjoyable in Destiny. And I'm enjoying the power grind. It's a lot more casual. It's not as grindy. I can play anything that I want in the game and it levels me up. I don't have to play this super hard, difficult, random mission that you need 10 players to play to like get to the next level.
Yeah.
And that is super fun to me because I like the general gameplay of Destiny, and the new build crafting tools are super fun. It's cool. But yeah, the new destination sucks. It's horrible. The Metroidvania aspect that they tried to do fell on its face. Actually becoming the little electric ball that you can go around and unlock things is the most motion sickness jarring thing that you could have in a video game. And it's really frustrating because they pitched this place as it was a great idea on paper, and unfortunately, the expansion stuff isn't good. So if I had to recommend, if you wanted to get back into Destiny, all of the things that I highlighted that I like are free. Do not pay for the new expansion. Just jump in and re-experience Destiny because they really overhauled all the systems, and you don't need the new expansion to take part in any of those. So I will continue to play because I'm actually still having a good time, even despite my pain points with the expansion. I think Destiny's in a better place than it was a year ago and the year before that. And I'm sure it'll dip again, and I'm sure it'll get worse and better and worse, and that's Destiny. Anyways, moving on past Destiny into the next one, I would like to talk about The Bazaar, which is a brand new game that I have just found out about recently. It's been in early access for a year, and it just came to Steam for its 1.0 launch. I wrote down what The Bazaar is because it's very hard for me to explain. Yeah. But it's a fast-paced multiplayer roguelike where every run is a new puzzle. Choose from unique heroes, uncover powerful combos, and outwit your opponents in a dynamic, ever-changing marketplace. But you play at your own pace. It's not like a PvP type situation. The Bazaar is a game where you choose your hero, and you battle other people. It's an auto battler, a genre I haven't really played too much in. I don't really know what an auto battler is, but
what does that even mean? Auto.
It's roguelike in the sense of you have weapons, tools, items, and you have a board of like 10 slots. A very good item takes up 3 slots. A not so great item takes up 1 slot. But each of these things, you can slot them together to work for each other. Maybe this thing adds ammunition to this weapon, which can hurt your enemy. Or maybe this thing speeds up the attack of this fish. You have this piranha or whatever. Because I play the pirate character. I love the pirate character, so it's all pirate-themed stuff. Yeah. But there's like a robot-themed character and maybe like a magical creature type character. But it is so addictive. I'm telling you right now, I started playing it maybe 4 days ago. I'm embarrassed to tell you the amount of hours I have on it already. It's a game that I didn't really know that I would like how it plays, but I can't recommend it enough. It is so cool, and I literally have only played with one character. So I've shout out my boys at Unplayable. They are like my go-to board game and kind of card game type thing, and I'm in their Discord, and they have a dev in there for this game, The Bazaar, and they started playing it. and recommending it. And I think it has a lot of real board game type tactics that play into it. It's just a video game, and it's extremely fun, but the roguelite aspect is very video gamey, and I totally recommend it if you have any interest in roguelites. That's what I would say, because all the other pieces just fit into place. This game just works, and it's so polished. The cinematic at the beginning is beautiful. It feels like it's on a very high budget. I don't really know what they've done before this game, but I can't recommend it enough. Very cool game. Check it out. The Bazaar.
Nice.
Kind of has an Aladdin type vibe to it too.
Ooh, okay. That's cool.
I'm really into this at its core. I'm like this reminds me a lot in terms of style as Hearthstone.
Yeah, totally.
And I was like really big into Hearthstone. The issue with Hearthstone, it looks like it might be the issue with this one, is the monetization.
They just revamped their monetization, which was this is from very little research and having not played it beforehand, but you would have to pay for like battle passes and stuff and to get like certain items for your character to use. And then it was kind of pay to win if you were paying to buy a battle pass or whatever. And then you get the good cards or the good tools or weapons or whatever to put in your abilities. Okay. But they've changed it. So now the prize path, which is what they call the battle pass, is completely free. It's just based on your leveling.
Prize path.
And all it's all cosmetic. So it's like changes. You can have like special effects that happen on your things or different character poses and whatnot. But each character that releases post-launch will be a price. It'll be like DLC.
It's $20.
$20 per character, which is a lot. In my opinion,
it's the same price of the game.
Correct.
Right now.
Is it on PlayStation?
It's only Steam.
It's only Steam.
Or Steam in its own launcher. But when you buy it right now in its launch window, the game is $20 plus you get a DLC character. So it's like you get the 4 main characters plus one, and then there's now a 6th one you can purchase for $20. I don't know how that monetization strategy is going to go long term. I do think, for me, having played 10 hours of this game on one single character right now and having no interest in trying anybody because I'm loving everything about like this character and the different options, that feels like it could be a better way to monetize this game and more long lasting for the company than to have a $10 game or something with $10 battle passes every month. Like, I'm kind of tired of that model. And I think that this is actually, well, it's kind of scary to see, like, if you haven't bought in, you're like, every character is going to cost me $20. Well, I think the package is there where if you just bought the base, you'd be very happy with the base. And if you're still playing in 6 months from now and you really want this new character, $20 in 6 months versus $10 every month that some of these games are charging you right now to get all the stuff. And it's not pay to win anymore. You get everything with that $20. You get everything available. So everybody's on an even playing field. So I'm kind of with it, even though it's a little scary.
That's cool.
Sorry, I was
all right, I'm buying it right now.
Are you really, James?
Oh, dang.
I can't wait. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of my run that I had today. It was I almost won.
Okay. So here's my question: is with you have these different characters, right?
Yeah.
And so when you start, do you pick one out of a selection?
Yeah, you just pick one, and they all have their different abilities. Yeah.
Can I switch?
Not during your run, no.
Not during my run, but
But your next run, yeah. Every run you could choose a new one if you want. Okay.
My fear with asking that was that I would pick one.
Oh, and you have to play with them forever. No.
And when I have to buy other ones.
No.
I'm like, because I'm like, fuck, I want to be able to try them.
No, it comes with 4 plus the, I think her name is Steel or Stelly or something like that. She's like the new character that just launched, and you get her when you play the game.
Is it Bazaar or The Bazaar?
The Bazaar.
Okay.
On Steam.
It looks like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's cool.
It looks
it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's currently very positive on Steam too, so it sounds like people are liking it. Yeah, and it's enough in the base package where I would recommend. It's not like
it looks like I spent 1,000 hours in that.
Hold up on weight kind of thing. So, yeah, it also plays on my Steam Deck really damn well. It's perfect.
Oh
on Steam
yeah,
Deck,
it's a perfect Steam Deck game.
That's a cool thing too.
Well, if that's it. Okay.
That's it.
Well, James, Vince, myself, that's what we're playing through. If you guys are playing any games, let us know in the Discord. You can hop in. Let us know what you're playing. Let's talk about games. Recommend new games, because I feel like the fun part for us is that when I get to hear new games that James and Vince are playing, it's like, there we go, something new that I get to play. So hop in. Maybe we can talk about something new. And also, if you're listening, if you made it to the end and you're like, I actually just watch movies, I don't play games, we've added a new letterbox thing now where you can link your letterbox if you have that app, and you can see people logging reviews and logging films. I think it's the coolest thing we've done now. I'm over here getting excited about.
It's very cool.
It's more active to see like, oh, nice. People
so jump into Discord and you let me know, and I'll have the letterboxed bot follow you, and then as you log films, a couple hours after you log it kind of automatically logs it in the Discord, so we can talk about that too, and that's super fun. So yeah, games, movies, you're in the right place.
Popcorn. Gotta have my popcorn.
And remember, we have a giveaway at the end of the month, so please join the Discord. I'll have more information about that probably next week. That's my guess. So yeah, appreciate you guys.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
It was a wonderful episode. I had a great time with you guys.
That was so much fun.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Bye.